Hello, it's Miss Nicole of Legacy Lineage Online Learning to present a bonus story to close out our Earth Day Everyday theme. We already talked about family, our community, the world, Earth, and space. And today's bonus story is getting us prepared for Mother's Day, which we will have some fun activities coming up. So stay tuned because there are going to be some changes happening to the virtual classroom. We're going to be reading some different stories for mothers and doing some activities that are for mothers too. But shh, don't tell your mother. And it doesn't have to be your mom. It could be any woman that you really love or care about. Moms are special, but whomever takes care of you and gives you your dinner and all that kind of good stuff and loves you and gives you hugs, that's special too. And this story is called What? Who Needs Moms? Mars Needs Moms. Mars needs moms. How are they going to get them? Let's find out. I am reading. Look at me. Look at me. Time to put the toys away and listen to what I say. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. This is the front of the book. It tells us the title, Mars Needs Moms. This is the back of the book. It lets us know it's the end. And this is the spine. Parents, where's your children's spine? This is the front of the book. This is the back of the book. And this is the spine. And this is the spine. And remember, I always tell you that the spine of the book holds the pages of the book together, just like what? That's right, the spine of our body holds our bodies together. I did some pop locking back in my day. All right, and we always say that the front of the book tells us the name, and I told you, and the author. And let's find out about what happens on Mars. And look, do you remember in our solar system book, and I shared a little bit of information with you about the planets, and so Mars is known as the red planet. And there we have an alien standing on the red planet. And what do you think he's looking at? What planet could he get moms from? I think you're right. Planet Earth, where we live at. Mothers. Milo often wondered what was so special about him. I bet you guys can think of some good things. As your moms are homeschooling you, they're teachers, they're chefs, huh? They're doctors, they take care of you, huh? Moms are awesome. It says anyone could see that they were giant, summer-stealing, child-working, perfumey garden goblins. There was hardly much special about that. So he's not too impressed right now. How's he feeling about his mom? He's having some feelings right now. Mothers were also bellowing broccoli bullies and carrot cuddling cuckoos. Nothing very special about that, thought Milo. Mothers were slave-driving, trash-mashing, rubbish-odor ogres. Nothing special about that. What is his mom telling him to do in this picture? Clean your plate, finish those vegetables, Milo. Milo's not happy. And in this picture, she's like, you need to put your shoes on and take the trash out for me. He's not happy about that either. And look. Looks like he got some juice on him. Just like in our story, I Stink, it had all the garbage juice coming out the back. And mothers were thundering, humorless tyrants. This afternoon, Milo's mother missed what was funny about sister tinting. Up to bed now, she thundered. Tyrant, barked Milo. No supper, said his mother. Maybe mom could have come up with a different way she already sent him up to bed. So maybe not take his supper away, because it's never a good punishment to take meals away. Maybe treats, maybe she could say no dessert so he could finish his supper, but maybe he can't have any ice cream or cake. That would suck too. Look, he's mad. Look at him. Oh, behavior is communication. Look at his arms, how they're folded, and his mouth is open so wide. Let's find out what he's yelling. As she left his room, Milo yelled, "I sure don't see what's so special about mothers." She paused when he said this. How do you think his mom felt now? And then she closed the door very, very slowly. What's Milo's mom's behavior saying? Exhausted from his fit, Milo fell very, very asleep. And moms out there, if you look on some of my posts, I did put up some information about tantrums. Might need to revisit that now as we stay home, stay safe and stay sane. But let's see what happened while Milo slept. Milo slept so deeply that he never heard the distant roar of rocket engines in the night sky beyond his window. He never saw the tongue of orange flames light up the nearby hills. The spaceship landed just outside of town. They'd arrived. But who? Somebody heard it. See that rocket? Martian raiders. Worse, Martian raiders with big nets. They climbed down from their starship and gazed over the town below, looking for that most marvelous treasure. Treasure that could never, ever be found on Mars. A treasure called... Look, what are they looking for? There they go. What color are those aliens? Oh, my. Moms, they're looking for moms. Oh, they thought to nab just one of those, any mother would do. They don't have mothers on Mars, you know. Martians grow motherless from the ground like potatoes. The raiders had some early mom napping trouble. Bolder action would be needed. So look at this mom. And look at the baby on the front of her. Do you see the bait that they tried to get mom with? I probably would have fell for it. I would have been up on Mars. If that is a cup of Starbucks, I would have fell for it. Yep. And look at this guy. He sees them. He's like, oh, let me see your surprise face. Oh, how about your scared face? Like, oh, Martian. Milo awoke to strange sounds down the hall. He peeked around the door to see his mom being carried past the bathroom by 3 Martians the color of jelly beans. Oh, he thought is something that you don't see every day. Martians in my house taking my mom. Look, see him peeking? How do you think he feels about his mom now? Is he mad or does he want to save her? Let's find out. Milo chased the Martian raiders and their now awake prize out of the house and down the street and into the hills and up to the spaceship, which roared into the night sky. Milo suddenly wondered why he would want to be dangling miles from Earth chasing his carrot-cuddling mother. He decided he'd figure that out later. And there he is. You see him? Hanging off this spaceship. Let me get a good close-up for you. See him down there hanging off the spaceship? Trying to steal his carrot-cuddling mother. Oh, look at this. A nice picture of space like we read in our solar system book. Oh, look at all the planets. It says Milo found himself locked in the bottom of a spaceship. So he put on a spare space helmet and curled up in a corner trying to stay warm. Does anybody know why he needs a helmet in space? He slept on the ship as it sped toward the distant red planet. Remember? That's what we call Mars, the red planet. And he needs that helmet to be able to breathe because the atmosphere in space is not like the atmosphere on Earth. So he wouldn't really be able to breathe like that. Just like SpongeBob when he goes into Sandy's dome and he needs that water in that helmet because that's not the right atmosphere for a sponge. Milo awoke to find the ship still and quiet. The door was open and suddenly he knew why Mars needed mothers so badly. He's picking up. He's like, what do they want to do with the moms here? Let's find out what he sees. They needed driving to soccer and to ballet and to play dates and to parks and to go get pizza. Plus, they needed cooking and cleaning and dressing and packing lunches and bandaging boo-boos. Told you moms do it all. They'd seen it in their telescopes. It was obvious. Mars needed moms. And look, they're trying to convince her. They're like, come on, take us to soccer, please. I wonder what their language sounds like. You think they have an alien language that they're talking? And look at her with her hands on her hips. Does anybody know what it means when moms put their hands on their hips? Behavior is communication. Look at all of them. They're all lined up. What is this guy holding? He's ready to go get a goal. How perfectly, completely sensible to them, thought Milo. And he decided to go tell them just that. But he tripped. Down, down, down he went and landed very hard, but in one piece. But his helmet, not so much. Uh-oh, his helmet is broken. Do you think he's going to have a hard time breathing? Milo gasped, and he choked, because if he couldn't breathe, he couldn't get air in. Oh my goodness. As anyone knows, breathing Martian air is like breathing mustard. He sucked it in and instantly grew weak and dizzy, and things began to go dark. Milo was fading. He barely sensed someone approaching. Who do you think is going to save Milo? That's right, you guessed it. His mother, because mothers are out of this world. Oh, poor Milo. Look at him. He's having a hard time there. And he barely sensed the gentle hands place her helmet on his head. Milo opened his eyes, and for the first time, he did not see a broccoli bully nor a slave-driving garden ogre. He didn't see a tyrant or a dictator or a weary driver to soccer games. Suddenly, he knew what was so special about mothers. She looked at him smiling and said, I'll always love you to the ends of the universe. And there she is, saving him, giving him her helmet so he can breathe. And then she breathed in the terrible air and closed her eyes and leaned into Milo, and she was very still. The Martians watched. They weren't moving, and they were confused. Help her! He yelled angrily. Then he said, she's my mother! Finally, the mighty mob nabbers of Mars understood. Their wonderful telescopes had seen many things about mothers down on Earth, but like certain little boys, they'd missed the best part. The Martians quickly fetched another helmet and hoped that it wasn't too late. There she is. She's laying there. And here he comes with the helmet to give Milo's mom some help. They helped Milo carry his mom aboard the ship, which lifted off for the long journey home. Her eyes remained closed as they soared through the stars. Milo would stay curled close to her all night. I think she's going to be okay. Moms are pretty resilient. and he would be there when she woke up in the morning. The end. And I have to say, when I was a kid, I probably was like Milo too. I had a mom who was like, you gotta get up, gotta make your bed, you gotta get dressed, you gotta do your homework, do it neat, Nicole, do things right. Guess what? I wasn't too impressed as a kid, but now I know she was out of this world because she helped to grow me up, and I'm pretty out of this world. And so are you. Thank you for joining me, and we'll be back next week with stories and activities getting ready for Mother's Day.